So when you get a microscope and get ready to look at what you're looking at, when you swab that onto to the lens to look at, it's called a culture. Ain't that weird? Because what do you look at when you look into America? What is it called? The culture.
If I could kick myself in the ass, I would kick myself in the ass. Alright. I'm wanting this side that I didn't put any on yet to look like this side. And I'm like, I don't have enough blocks to do that. I don't. But I lied to myself. Now, these right here, I am not going to get rid of them. I am going to use them. But however, I am put them to the side. I may have to make another one to go with it. Now these right here, I could kick myself in the butt if I could. Because I've got a whole other stack here to put on there. I wish I had enough room to keep myself straight and it all be right here in one area to be able to do it. But I'll probably end up using some of these to make these right here. Or these right here, whichever one you see. So, I'm not going to get rid of these. I'm going to keep them in here where I can see them. Now, these right here, I'm going to have enough of those to go around it too. Look here, I already have my stack ready to cut and go when I go to use these. So, now, we have, ta-da, the whole other side that I want to look like this side. Now all these are the same on this side. I just need to get them ready and put them on this side now. And in that way, both sides will look the same. Like I said, I wish I could have put everything out here to where I can see it, and that way I don't overlook it. Like I said, I'm not going to give up on it, but I'm like, why did I do that? So, I guess being sick and looking after a baby and everything takes everything away. So, now, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to have to go by one of these to make sure I get all of them right, or I can go by this one. Well, I don't know, I ain't got these no more. So, what did I use on? Oh, okay, I ain't got enough to do that on these. So there will have to be a different color. Okay, here is some more of these right here that I can cut out. And here's my green, because I know I'm going to have to do that again. Alright, let's put this back up here. But I do have to, this right here will be this color here. But I do have to come up with some that is this. So I looked around. I don't know what can I use. Let's see what we got here. Hey, might as well use me a couple of these. Because I'm not gonna. I've got these, which is still a light color. Still a light color. But I can get me 2 of these. And make some more. Alright, these 2 are the same. Oh, there's 3 of them. Look at that. Come on. This would be easier. That was 2. Alright. And then we have this one. So I think I'm going to want to go a little darker. So I have dark and light. So I'm going to go with these 2. And I'm not going to worry about the other. And am I right? No. No. Okay, those are those. That's them. Right there. I wonder if I could. Do I have. Not that color. These right here. Oh, come on, don't do that. I really don't want to use this one. Do I? Oh, well, I don't think it's going to matter. Come on. Oh, why? Why don't you fold them evenly? Alright. These 2 are the same. So I want to hang on to them. And where's the fold now? Alright, and these 2 are the same. So I'm going to use them. And hopefully make those work. And I can't believe I messed everything up. Yes, you can. You were sick. And you don't know what you were doing. Alright. So. Wait a minute. I thought I got 2 of them like that. Apparently I did. Dadgummit. Here. Okay. That one and that one. This one. And this one. So, now, I'm happy. Yippee, yippee, yay. Alright. And these are going to be these. And, wait a minute. Whoa. Look at this. Alright. Let's see if I can't find the same colors. I'll get this right in a little bit. Oh, come on. Get the middle here. Which is this color here. And this color. There we go. Alright. And that way, I can make these. When and if I need to. Right now I don't need to. I got a good stack. Now, however, I do think that I ought to go ahead and make some more of these. Okay, so what we're going to do is fold this one, and then fold this one and put them over here. Alright, so I have these, and these when I need it, and these. Now I also need to get these right here, so I will have more of those. And I hope I don't screw it up no more. But yeah, I could kick myself in the butt for this. Alright, the electricity's off. So I'm going to try to go ahead and cut some of these. I can't do nothing else. Everything is shut down for right now. So hopefully I can.
Nothing that you understand about this world works the way you think it does. It doesn't. Banks don't loan money. There are laws, federal laws, on the books today that say, very specifically, banks cannot loan money ever. That's the law. So what are you going to the bank to get a loan for when banks can't loan money? Logic alone would explain it to you. I'm not going to put $100,000 into a bank so that you can come in and borrow $100,000 for a new car on my money. No, thank you. You're not going to take my money to buy your car, and if you don't pay for it, I just lost $100,000. That's not the way it works. No, banks cannot loan money. So what happens is if you buy a new car, and say it's a $40,000 car, every automobile or anything, house, motorcycle, doesn't matter what it is, it must have an appraiser appraise that property or appraise that car. And so whatever that car is worth, say that car is worth $40,000, the appraiser said. So when you take that, so that paperwork is called commercial paper, and that commercial paper represents $40,000 of a business. You take that commercial paper, and when you say you want to buy this car, the car agency will take that paper and give it to the bank. The bank then takes that commercial paper, which represents $40,000, and opens up a bank account in your name. And it will forge your name. It will forge your signature, because you can't open a bank account unless the person opening it signs it. So they will forge your name on a bank account, but they don't tell you that. Then they take the $40,000 commercial paper and deposit it in the account, the new account that they just opened for you. Because if you have a ring worth $40,000 and you get it appraised for 40, you can walk into the bank and tell the bank president, I want to deposit this ring, and here's the paperwork on it. It's worth $40,000. I want to deposit that in my account. And they will take the ring, and they will then put $40,000 in your account. Now you've got 40 grand in your account to do it, but they got your ring, and they know it's worth 40,000, so they're not worried. They just give you credit. And so therefore, the bank never loaned you anything. They just took the commercial paper, put it into a bank account, and then they wrote a check on it. Because after all, now you got $40,000 at the bank, so now they write a check on it and give it to you, and you give it to the car agency. So you've paid them. No, you didn't pay them anything. Nobody paid anybody anything. Let me explain something to you. Suppose you are a painter, and I hire you to paint my office, and you say that it will be $100, and I agree to that. After the job is over, as a contractor, the way commerce is operating, in commerce, you come to me and you give me a bill for $100. I look at it and I agree to this bill, so I owe you $100. So what you're doing is you're giving me $100. You're giving me a bill for $100. I reach in my pocket and I pull out a $100 bill, and I give you a $100 bill. So now I paid you. No, I gave you a bill for $100. It's called a $100 bill. And if the charge was $20, then you give me a bill for $20. I'll give you a $20 bill. So now you owe me $20. You owe me $100. Yeah, I didn't pay you nothing. I discharged the debt because I discharged it. I cut off the charge because now you owe me $100. I just gave you a bill for $100. It's called a $100 bill, and you think you got paid. No, it's a bill. You owe me, and since you owe me and I owe you, we're even. So that's why, yeah, that's why you don't own anything. Oh yeah, well, your body, your very body is a security on the New York Stock Exchange. Did you know that? Each one of you is worth over $6.5 million on the New York Stock Exchange right now. Let me show you something. You got a $1 bill? Give me a $1 bill. I want to show you something. Thank you. On the Social Security card, back in 1868, after the Civil War, a group of men got together and formed a corporation. Well, anybody can form a corporation. Anybody. So this group of guys got together. They formed a corporation in Delaware. It's the Delaware Corporation, and they called the corporation the United States Corporation. And it was stipulated that anybody who would work for that corporation would be referred to as a citizen. So it's a United States Corporation, and if you work for that corporation, you're a citizen. And so there today, when you walk in a bank or anywhere and they ask you, are you a U.S. citizen? You say yes. What you think they're asking you, are you lawfully in America to do business? They didn't ask you if you were lawfully in America. Like an attorney, listen to what they ask you. Because you're in court, be careful what you say before the judge when he says, are you a U.S. citizen? Because if you say yes, what you have said is that, yes, I am voluntarily, of my own volition, admitting that I am an employee of a foreign corporation called United States, which was incorporated as a Roman trust back in 1868, so that the United States is a privately owned company, like Ford Motor Company, General Motors. They're huge, they're big. Well, so is the U.S. government, but it's a privately owned corporation. And therefore, all corporations have to have a president, so we got a president. And corporate law says you have to have a vice president, so they got a vice president. And you also have to have a secretary-treasurer. That's corporate law, so they got a secretary-treasurer. It's a privately owned company, for God's sakes. It's like General Motors, Ford Motor Company, Sears, and the U.S. government. It's all corporate. It's a business. And consequently, your body is a security on the New York Stock Exchange because you're the security for what is referred to as the body social. That's why when you retire, you get Social Security, because you are the security for the corporation. As long as you're doing your job and making money and paying them every year, you're good security. You know, you got money coming in. And so that's why you have to have a seat belt and the car, and you have to have insurance and a seat belt. Why? Because they love you and want to protect you? No. They own you. They own your body on the security on the New York Stock Exchange. So if you get in a wreck, now they got to pay you, for God's sakes. Now they got to take care of you. No, they want you to pay them, airhead, not them pay you. So they want you to protect yourself, and if you're going to be stupid and get in an accident, have insurance, so the federal government will be paid for your stupidity of getting yourself in a wreck. So they get the insurance. So that's why you have to take care of yourself. I mean, once you understand how this works, well, anyway, this is a corporation. It's called the United States Corporation. It's privately owned. So if you think for 1 minute, I'm going to go to Vietnam and fight for Ford Motor Company, you got another thing coming. No. For my country is a republic. Now that's different. But there's a world of difference between the United States of America and United States. The United States is a privately owned company. It's a corporation. The republic is different. It's a whole different world. So you need to understand how those different words are used. There's a world of difference between a trial by jury and a jury trial. Doesn't mean the same thing. There's a world of difference between California state and the state of California. Doesn't mean the same thing at all. So there's a world of difference between a lawyer and an attorney. Doesn't mean the same thing at all. You need to understand words. Study the world of occult terms and knowledge that attorneys and lawyers know that you don't know. Again, this is a corporation. It was founded in 1868 called the United States Corporation, privately owned. And if you're a member of that corporation, like any corporation, you're naturally going to have an ID card. So if you're walking around the plant, they will be able to tell you to actually work for Ford, and here's your code numbers. And so this is your certificate number in the corporation. But on the back, you will see a set of numbers on the back. On mine, it's red. And normally they're in red. Sometimes they're in black. Normally the numbers on the back are in red. Why? It doesn't matter what color it is. It's what it represents. It's in red because it represents your blood. These numbers are your body on the New York Stock Exchange. So when you have a dollar bill on American money, you will see there's a code numbers on the bill. See the code numbers on the bill? When you put your numbers on the back of your Social Security card with the numbers on the bill, they're identical. So that your body is worth $6.5 million on the stock exchange, and it is the security for America's money. Your body is a security for the body social. That's why when you retire, you get Social Security. No, you are the security for the body of the corporation. And they're using your body on the New York Stock Exchange, and that's why this government has never cared about all the illegals coming in from Mexico, and they don't care about that at all. Why? Because the more the merrier. The more people that they get Social Security numbers on, that's $6.5 million more they just got. And so if they get 150,000 a day times 6.5 million, every day the government's making money off of people coming in. They couldn't care less where you come in. They want documented workers so they can document you to get the credit through the international banking cartels out of London to pay them for you, because your body is a security on the New York Stock Exchange. So that's why there will never be any stopping of the illegal, because look at, if the corporation called United States is a company, it's a corporation, and if you are doing something and making money, and you are not paying them, they can put a lien on you. It's called a mechanic's lien. You know, if you have a painter and he paints your house and you don't pay him, he can put a mechanic's lien. Meaning, he goes to the bank and says, I'm putting a lien on this house because they owe me $6,000 and they won't pay me. Which means you cannot do anything with that property until you pay him first. So if you want to sell the property first, but the first $6,000 goes to this man because he has a lien on you, because he did something for you and you didn't pay him. So therefore, if you are working in California, but you're not a U.S. citizen, you're not in the corporation, you become known as an alien, because they have now put a lien on you. You are now an alien. No, you're not an alien. They have put a lien on you. Words. It's magical, the way words are used. You go to court. Why do you go to court? You play tennis on a court. You play basketball on a court. How do you play tennis on a court? You play with a racket. Come on. No, serious. You think that these lawyers dream up this stuff by chance? No. These guys are smart. They're playing a game. And you just don't know the game they're playing. So you go into a court. The whole idea of a court is like I said, basketball court. It's a game. This team stands up and throws the ball back in the other guy's court. And that team of lawyers throws the ball back in this guy's court. And the judges comes out, he's a referee because he's wearing a black robe. Black robes represent the planet Saturn, the lord of money and banking and law. Saturn was the god of banking and law. And his priest of Saturn always wore black robes. That's why the Catholic Church wears a black robe. That's why the rabbis wear black robes. When you graduate from high school, you wear a black robe. The whole idea of the Saturnian is called Saturn. The god Saturn was Lord of the Rings. So women were told to listen to their god, so they would wear an earring, because Saturn is the Lord of the Ring. And men were to get married before they got, so they wear a wedding ring. You need to understand there is a world of occultism, manipulation, exploitation of the human race with words and terms and symbols that you don't even know is happening right in front of you. So you've got a court. The whole idea in a court is a game to put the ball back in the other guy's court. And the judge is going to rule from the bench. The word bench is a Latin word for a bank. So he's ruling for the bank. Why? Because somebody's going to have to pay their debt to society. Somebody's going to pay. When the day is over, somebody's going to lose and they're going to pay. And the judge doesn't care because he's getting paid anyway, so he doesn't care. He's a referee. That's why he wears a black robe. And when the judge walks out, everyone rises. Why? The same reason when a Catholic priest walks out, everyone rises, because the Catholic Church operates under the same maritime admiralty law as a court in America. That's why in Catholic churches you always see 3 steps going to the altar. Those are the first 3 steps of the first degrees of Freemasonry, first, second, and third degree. Once you're on the third, you get in the 3rd degree. Now you're going before the judge. It's the 3 degrees of Masonry. So then now you bring in the occult world of Freemasonry, all the secret societies, the Knights Templars, the world bankers, the religious orders. All of this stuff is connected thousands of years ago that you don't know anything about. And once you start seeing how in court the judge rules from the bench, which a bench is a Latin word for a bank. And where do you find banks if they're on both sides of a river? They're called river banks. What does a river bank do if it doesn't direct the flow of the current? See? Because your money is called currency. Because it's the cash flow, the liquid assets, the juice. And either you got it or you don't. Money goes through your hands like water. No, money is water. Maritime admiralty. Money, there are only 2 things on the earth. There's only 2 things on this globe. There's land and water. So we have 2 kinds of law. The ancient Romans set this up, and they said we only have 2 kinds of law. The law of the land and the law of water. The law of the land is the custom of the people who live on a particular piece of land. That's always different. So the law of the land is different everywhere. You can do things in Russia you can't do here, because the law of the land is different here. You can do things in South America you can't do in China, because the law of the land is different. The people live on the land. So the law of the land is the law of the culture that lives on that piece of land. But the law of water, no, water is the same everywhere. The law of water is the law of money. It's called maritime admiralty, the law of money. So you can get a credit card in China and go to South Africa for vacation. It doesn't matter. We're just talking money now. And banks are banks all over the world. So we're just talking money. Either you got it or you don't. So it doesn't matter what color you are, what race. Do you have the money? The credit card. So when you understand that the money is the law of water, let me give you an example of commerce in water. When a ship pulls into harbor, a ship is always female. Always a ship is female by law. Sailing ship, rocket ship, doesn't matter. If it's a ship, it's female. Why? Because she delivers the product. Okay? Without her, you don't have any product. So she is a term which is used for all ships. And so when the ship pulls into a harbor, it pulls in with, say, $800 million worth of Toyotas. Every one of those cars or televisions or whatever's coming in must have its own certificate of manifest, because yesterday the ship wasn't here. This morning they come to work and there's a ship here with $800 million worth of TVs. So it has manifested. So out on the ship, she brought in $800 million worth of business. So she came in on water. Well, where the ship parks is at the dock. And where the ship sits is called its berth. She is sitting in her berth, right? And she is producing a maritime admiralty product because she came in on water. So therefore, each product has to have its own certificate of manifest, because she is giving birth to a project, to a product. So therefore, when you were born, you came out of your mother's water. Her water broke, and by law, you are considered a maritime admiralty product. She delivered you in the delivery room. She delivered the product. And so you came out of water, you're a maritime admiralty product, so you have to have a birth certificate. And the birth certificate's got to be signed by the dock, because that's where the ship is sitting, at the dock. So once you understand the words and the terms, and if you're born dead, if you're stillborn, then they just lost a TV. Because take your car off and it falls down, yeah. And so you got to, if you on the car, on the television, whatever it is, how much does it weigh? What color is it? You know, does it have air conditioning? Is it 2-door or 4-door? Is it Mexican or is it some other race of people? How much does it weigh? Does he have both eyes? Yes. Does he have 5 fingers? Yes. And how much does he weigh? What color is he? Those are all the vital signs for a maritime admiralty product. Because for God's sake, they're going to sell you. They want to know, does this kid have 2 feet or what? Because if he doesn't, I gotta have to pay for it. So